Hello traders, welcome to another episode of our training session. This is Leading Forex YouTube channel and my name is Kofi, your admin for this channel. I hope you all doing well. Today is a great day for us to have another tutorial. First of all, let me say thank you to all the subscribers on this channel. God bless you guys. I love you so much. You are the reason this channel is going far. And so I appreciate that love and support. If you're also new on this channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that anytime I drop a new video, you would also be able to have access to it. Today, we're going to continue with a very important topic we began in our previous video, which is part 31. So if you have watched our part 31 video, we talked about intermarket correlations. We have a lot of markets when it comes to making money online. We have the stock market, we have the crypto market, we have the metals market, we have commodities, features, and under features, we have Forex. So these markets, they interrelate or they correlate with each other. And so there's a need for us to know which of these markets correlate and what the correlation is all about, whether positive correlation or negative correlation. So last week, in our last video, which is the part 31, I told you that we're going to talk about a lot of correlations, which are these. And those of you who watched the part 31 video, in the part 31 video, we talked about the US dollar index and how it correlates with some currency pairs. So if you haven't watched that video, I would suggest that you go and watch it. Today, we will be talking about gold and then oil. So in today's video, we'll be talking about gold and oil all together. So we will combine these two in this video. So this is what our topic for today is going to be: gold and oil. How do they correlate with other currency pairs that we forex traders trade? Now, I always say that if you want to contact me or you want to have a chat with me, my Telegram handle is @KofiDollar. You can also send me an email at leadingforexgh@gmail.com. And then also I have a phone number for you if you want to place a call, or a WhatsApp line. You want to send me a message on WhatsApp. It's +233 246 136609. Leading Forex, we have just one vision. We have just one dream. And our dream is for us to become an alternative in any status quo, any online making money venture that you will be stuck in, or that you might be trying to find your way out and you are not getting it. We want to be that alternative. We want to be that community that will be able to support you for free. And so we want you to be part of us. We need the numbers. We need you. Whether you are a professional trader, a beginner, or whatsoever, we want Leading Forex as a community to grow. So subscribe so that we can become a leading alternative to anyone who wants to make money through the internet, whether through Forex, stock, crypto, metals, whatsoever. We want to be there to assist everyone with information. Okay, so with that being said, let's move straight into today's lesson and see what we have for ourselves. So just like I said, today we're talking about gold and then oil. So please watch this video to the end, and I'm sure this video will do you a lot of good. Okay, now, first of all, let's take gold. Today, we want to look at how gold correlates with a currency pair known as AUDUSD. how gold correlates with a currency pair known as AUDUSD, which is here. So first of all, let's read some few notes. Point number one, Australia is the third biggest gold producer in the world. Yes, Australia. They are the third biggest gold producer in the world. Gold has a positive correlation with AUDUSD, and we will explain that. When gold goes up, we mean when the price of gold goes up, AUDUSD tend to go up too. And when gold goes down, AUDUSD tend to go down. AUDUSD has about 80% correlation to the price of gold. Now, all we are saying here is that Australia is a country known for gold production, or they are the producers of gold, the third biggest gold producer in the world. So there is a lot of gold that comes from Australia. And because of that, a currency pair known as AUDUSD is able to have impact, or the gold is able to have impact on that currency pair. Why? The reason being that gold is having an effect on Australian currency, which is the Australian dollar. And you know that on the world market, commodities are priced in US dollar. On the international market, anything you want to buy, the price will be quoted in the US dollar. So since gold is already a commodity that is coming from Australia, and it's a commodity that gives revenue to the country Australia, it makes the country's currency to become strong whenever people are making more purchases. When people are buying gold, it means the country is gaining more revenue. And in that case, the currency is becoming strong. And you know that the currency in which on the international market people will buy gold is the US dollar. So gold is priced in US dollar. And it is the same gold as a commodity that also brings income or revenue to Australia. So you now understand why AUDUSD has a bit of correlation, not just a bit, has a correlation with gold. Now, let's see what the effect of this correlation will be like, because we are trying to look at gold in itself alone correlating with AUDUSD. Is that okay? Good. Now, apart from this currency known as AUDUSD, there is also another currency that correlates with gold. So let me discuss that one too before I take you to the MT4 and show you the practical examples. Is that okay? Good. Gold also correlates with a currency pair known as USD SHEV. And how does that happen? Let's look at it. The Swiss franc also has a strong link with gold. And why is this so? The reason why the Swiss franc moves along with gold is that more than 25% of Switzerland's money is backed by gold reserves. Switzerland is a country that has a lot of gold in stock as reserve. So the Swiss franc has a support or a backbone from the reserves, which is the gold reserves. So that is the reason why the Swiss franc is having a correlation with gold. So the USD SHEV has a correlation with gold. And what happens? Because SHEV is already a Switzerland currency, and because Switzerland has a lot of gold in stock as reserves, and the fact that they use those reserves to cushion their currency, which is the Swiss franc, it has made the currency per USD share to have a correlation with gold. So what is the correlation like? We are saying that USD share usually climbs when the price of gold also climbs, and then falls . Okay, sorry for the break. I think you weren't hearing my voice, but we're back. So what we were saying, or what I was trying to share with you here, is that USD share has a correlation with gold. And the correlation here is as a result of the gold reserve that the Switzerland as a nation has in stock, which is used as a backbone for their currency. That is why the Swiss franc has a correlation with gold. And so the currency pair USD share has a correlation with gold. And what is the correlation? We are saying that when USD share climbs up, that means the price of gold is also climbing up. And whenever the price of gold is climbing up, you see USD share also climbing up. So it means when gold is becoming strong or gold is going bullish, you will always see USD share also going bullish. And when gold is going bearish, you will see USD share also going bearish. So first of all, we talked about AUDUSD, and now we are talking about USD share. So we will go to our MT4 right now, and then we'll look at this too. So we'll look at AUDUSD, its correlation, and then we'll look at share, USD share. So now let's go to our MT4 and then see the practicals of it for ourselves. So here we are on our MT4. And let me bring gold. Gold is here. This is gold on the daily time frame. Okay, this is gold on the daily time frame. Now, let me pick AUDUSD also on the daily time frame. This is AUDUSD also on the daily time frame. Look at the correlation. Currently, as we speak, gold is falling. As you can see, gold is falling. Now, what do we also see on AUD? It's also falling. Are you seeing the correlation? This is the correlation we are talking about. Currently, AUDUSD is also what? Falling. Because gold is what? Falling. AUDUSD is also falling. So when gold is becoming weak, or when there's no much purchase on gold, it weakens the Australian dollar. When new purchases are not being made, when people are no more demanding for gold, when banks and institutions and companies are no more, or when there is little demand for gold, gold weakens, the price of gold falls when there's little demand. It means when people are not buying gold, the price of gold falls. And when the price of gold is falling, it affects AUD as a currency. It means AUD will also be what? Getting weak. And when AUD is getting weak, it means USD that has been paired with it will begin to bully AUD. So it will take AUD down. But when gold price is going high, I mean, when there is high demand for gold, when institutions, banks, and companies are demanding for gold, it makes AUD to strengthen it. Okay, let's continue. I've had a break again. Let me quickly come back. Good. And let's continue. Sorry for that break. So like I was saying, when the price of gold is going up, if gold is going up or there's high demand for gold, it will affect AUD positively because people are buying or looking for gold to buy. So it means the price of gold is going to increase. And when that happens, it means AUD will also become strong. And so when you pay USD, which is USD, AUD, USD, at that moment, AUD will be strong. So it will take the currency pair up or bullish. But when gold is having little demand, when people are not interested in buying gold, it weakens the currency AUD. And when that happens, USD takes gold, the Australian dollar down. So as you can see here, we are saying that AUD USD as a currency pair correlates with gold about 80%. So we are saying it is only making a correlation of about 80% and not 100%. So it means that the chart of AUD USD will not look exactly the same as gold because the correlation is just 80%. So you see the charts being different, although it is a downtrend, but the chart is not looking exactly like gold. So if you look at AUD here, you see the chart of AUD compared to the chart of gold. You see, they are all making a downtrend. The trend is a down one, but the charts are not the same. They don't look the same, although they are all in a downtrend. So that is to say that AUD USD correlates with gold 80%. If it is 100% correlation, then you see the charts being the same. But here, because it is 80%, it means when gold is falling, AUD USD will also fall. When gold price is rising, AUD USD will also rise. Is that okay? Good. Now, the next currency or currency pair we talked about is USD chef, which is also here. Look at USD chef. Now, USD chef, you will see that USD chef is also in a down move, but not as what? Not as the AUD. USD chef is making a downturn here, whilst gold is also making a downturn here. Do you get it? Downturn, downturn. So this is the correlation. Sometimes you will see it perfectly clean. Other times too, you only see the correlation like this. So when you check gold, it will give you a general idea about AUD USD and then USD chef. When you check, it will give you an idea. It will give you a general overview. It will give you an idea about the correlation. You see that? Good. So this is what we mean by currencies correlating with other currencies or commodities. This is on gold. You will love that of the oil. So let me quickly go back to the oil slide so that we look at how the oil as a commodity also correlates with other pairs. Shall we? Oil. We are saying that oil also correlates with USD CAD. And how does that happen? Let's read the notes. Crude oil is often referred to as the black gold. The black gold. Oil is the drag that runs through the veins of the global economy, as it is a major source of what? Energy. All the vehicles, companies, and institutions, even sometimes the electricity, and so many other things, we depend on this black gold called oil, because that is our source of what? Energy. Now, Canada, one of the top oil producers in the world, exports over 3 million barrels of oil and petroleum product per day to the United States. So to the United States alone, Canada, who is a top producer of oil, exports 3 million barrels of oil and other petroleum products per day to the United States alone. So this makes Canada the largest supplier of oil to the US. This means that Canada is United States' main oil dealer. You get it? Now let's look at other countries that supply oil to other countries, including US. Let me introduce you to this chart. And this chart will tell you or will give you an idea about the countries that supply crude oil to the United States alone. Here we are. We have Canada supplying about 37.1% of the total crude oil in US. Saudi Arabia, which is the next country, supplies 15.8% of the whole wide world crude oil, especially to the United States. Mexico supplies 11.1%. Venezuela supplies 7.4%. Kuwait supplies 5.1%. Colombia supplies 4%. Iraq has no exact figure. Iraq has no exact figure. And then the other countries combined, any other country that you know produces crude oil or oil, supplies the remaining 16.7%. So these are the percentages of crude oil being supplied by various countries in the world. So you see that Canada is the leading supplier to the United States alone, and the leading supplier of crude oil, 37.1%. Now, if that happens, if Canada is dependent on crude oil as revenue, that means the Canadian dollar becomes strong or weak depending on how oil is doing in their country. If oil prices are going up and there's more supply or demand, it means the Canadian dollar will become strong. But if there is less demand for crude oil, it means Canadian dollar will become weak. But let's read some interesting notes before I take you back to the MT4. Because of the volume involved, it creates a huge amount of demand for Canadian dollar, just as I've explained. And so USD CAD can be greatly affected by how US consumers react to changes in oil prices. So if the consumers, I mean, the citizens of the United States, companies and factories and institutions, decides not to buy crude oil because they think the prices are very cheap or they have enough in stock. They have enough crude oil in stock, and so they are not buying or making new orders. It will affect the USD CAD as a currency pair. And the same way, when there is high demand by consumers from the United States to Canada, the CAD as a currency will begin to strengthen, will begin to go strong. So if that is the case, if the US oil consumers' demand rises, manufacturers will need to order more oil to keep up with the demand. This can lead to a rise in oil prices, which might lead to a fall in USD CAD. So when oil prices are increasing, remember, we are talking about USD CAD. So when oil prices are increasing, it means the USD CAD, there's high demand for it. That's why the prices are increasing. Anything that is high demand for it, the prices increase. So when there's high demand for crude oil, CAD becomes strong and then it pulls USD down. So USD CAD will be going sell. But when there is less demand of crude oil from Canada, USD CAD or the CAD as a currency becomes weak. And when CAD becomes weak, the USD as a strong currency will take USD CAD up. So when CAD goes weak, USD CAD as a pair goes up. And when CAD goes strong, USD CAD as a pair goes down. Please, do you get this scenario? Thank you. Let's continue and wrap it up before we go to the MT4. Now, like I said earlier, if the US consumer demand falls, manufacturers may decide to chill out since they don't need more oil supply. And so oil prices might fall, which could lead to the weakening of the CAD. When that happens, USD CAD goes up. Sorry, goes down. Okay, goes up. Yes, that's it. USD CAD goes up, exactly. So in conclusion, US oil price is always opposite of the USD CAD. So crude oil or price of oil is always opposite of USD CAD as a currency pair. So when oil prices are going up, USD CAD falls or goes down. And when oil prices are going down, USD CAD rises. So when you see that oil prices are rising, it may be a clue for you to start going short on USD CAD. So this is the whole clue here, the last part here. When you see that oil prices are rising, it may be a clue for you to start going short on USD CAD. Now let's see some examples and see how it works. Before that, subscribe to the channel whilst I take you to the MT4 to show you the example of how crude oil have effect on USD CAD. Now, let's look at it here. This is, let's go bring USD CAD. Where are you? Here. This is USD CAD on daily time frame. And let's zoom it. Can you see it? Can you see it here? Let's go for crude oil, the US oil, which is also here. Look at it. What are you seeing? Crude oil has been on the rise. Is that not it? Okay, let's go look at USD CAD. USD CAD has been on the fall. Directly opposite. Now you can see the difference. Look at it. All down. Came all the way down. This is on daily time frame. All down. Why? Because prices of crude oil is going up. All up, all down. Can you see that? All up, or down. Oil going up, USD CAD going down. You see, going down. Crude oil going up, USD CAD going down. Now USD CAD is trying to rise up, even if you use only this portion here. Just at this portion here, from here coming to this level. Crude oil, sorry, USD CAD is trying to rise. So let's look at crude oil. What is happening with crude oil? You see, the crude oil is also beginning to fall. If you look at here, if you look at there, you see that crude oil is beginning to fall. Look at it. So whilst crude oil is beginning to fall here, USD CAD is also beginning to rise. You see it? So USD CAD is rising. Crude oil is beginning to fall down here, coming down, as you can see, falling. But if you look at the general overall picture, crude oil has been up. USD CAD has been down. So they move in opposite direction. They move in opposite direction. So this is how USD CAD correlates with oil because of the high quantity of oil that is produced from Canada for the people of the United States. So this is also how gold and oil correlate with other currency pairs. Once again, my name is Kofi, your admin for this channel. If you love what you are seeing here, subscribe. And I'll bring to you my next video very soon. Until then, take care of yourself and be good. Bye-bye.